Welcome to the real deal. It's about to get wild. We talk about the flicks and do it in style. From I Am Your Father to It's Morbid Time. We hate bad movies, making them should be a crime. This is the real deal, where the banters run free. From Keanu's Whoa to a Nick Cage scream. We talk all the hits, every miss, every scene. A podcast for legends, we're not doing it for the memes. It's the real deal, we're feeling the thrill. Popcorn in hand, and plenty of spills. We'll take on all the cinema fluff, cause we like it deep, can't get enough. The real deal, don't slip on that banana peel, yeah!
All right. What's up, movie buffs? Welcome to another edition of Real Deal. As always, it's your boy, AJ, and with me is the GOAT.
Jack Roney, movie guy, sometimes TV guy. We're going to be talking about TV today, so today it's the TV guy.
Yeah.
Tonight, actually.
Yeah,
We're doing this pretty late.
But we had a very exciting finale. We definitely have our feelings toward it of Peacemaker
Exciting?
Season 2.
Let's start with that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, let's just get right into it.
All right, we're talking Peacemaker Season 2 finale, spoilers, all that. I want to talk about the whole season, but I mainly want to start with that finale and then maybe work back. What are your brief thoughts on the finale?
I don't want to say it was a complete waste, but like because it set up some stuff, but out of like the whole episode, I feel like there was maybe like 15 minutes of like actual like worthy stuff, while the rest, like, it kind of just felt like unnecessary filler and kind of just like I don't know, just like very like, oh, here's all the characters, they like had their struggle, but now everything's all great. But it felt like too quick of a pivot from the last episode, especially with what just happened. So this is definitely not brief. I'm going on and on, but like, yeah, it just, I don't know, just it didn't hit the way it should have for a finale, you know?
Yeah. All right. Well, so I think it was bad. I didn't hate every scene. I teared up a little bit during the motel scene, which was the highlight for me. There was a good montage at the beginning. But overall, I mean, if you just look at the plot, like, of even just the episode, it didn't make sense. But putting it in with the rest of the season, it's almost, it's unrelated kind of to the rest of the season. There's some build up to what happens, but yeah, a lot of 180s from characters, specifically Rick Flag being the major one, of just what the hell is going on with him. And then you go, let's do 20 minutes of concerts so James Gunn can show his musical taste and force it upon everyone else. I didn't enjoy that. I thought it was, I mean, the first concert, the boat, I was happy enough with the boat, what happened on the boat. It wasn't what anybody had really expected, I guess. And then you do it again at the end.
It was like a boat they would be on, like going on like a little like fishing trip when they made out or something.
I thought it was like going to be like a party, and it was with the 11th Street kids, and then they like banged on the boat, which it wasn't that. It was a concert, and then they kissed, and that's it. And I mean, it was a really well done scene. The scene in the motel was really well done. There's scenes that were good throughout this, but you see that run. That was a good scene, but a problem with that scene is, like, there's one scene about it in the first episode. There's a little mention of it in the last episode, second to last episode, and then there was this scene, and there's not, like, the rest of the season, she's just kind of her regular self, and she's happy and silly and whatever. I mean, she was fantastic in the motel scene. Her, like, performance there, top notch. She's Oscar nominated, so I think maybe she could even be Emmy nominated. Probably not.
Wait, Danielle Brooks was nominated for an Oscar?
Yeah, for Color Purple, the remake.
Oh, right, yeah, the musical.
I haven't seen it, but so you get good scenes in there, but the big stuff, you got this Rick Flag 180. He goes, he's pro metahumans in Superman. He likes the metahumans, at least kind of.
Even
Um,
Creature Commandos, he feels like a completely different
Creature
character.
Commandos, he's just kind of a dumb guy, but he's a good guy. And then in Superman, he's I mean, I guess he broke his back, but he's fine now. He was like really against Lex. He was happy to arrest him at the end, and then in this, he hates Peacemaker because he knows Peacemaker killed Rick Flag Jr., which all that makes sense. But then it's the whole point, I guess, was to make a world for a prison world. Why was that his goal? That seems like something that just actual Lex Luthor would do. I've heard people say, "Oh, he might have had Lex Luthor's brain inside of him." I don't think that's true. He also says, "I hate Lex Luthor," while
Yeah.
in the episode. But was he doing coke and hanging out with Otis and that other dude, the the
Sidney Happerson.
Happerson, the mustache guy? I kind of look like that guy right now. These big fucking blue light glasses.
The bangs.
It's just, it was just like, I'm like 58 minutes, awesome. You got 20 minutes of concerts, you got 20 minutes of silly, and then you got like 20 good minutes in there, 18 good minutes in there, and I'm just really disappointed. I wish we had done this a couple days ago because I feel like I had more thoughts, but I still have a lot of thoughts about this.
Yeah.
It was so I'm just watching it and going, this is what they're doing, and then they end it
Yeah.
on this montage of like happiness, whatever, and that's where you got Sasha Bordeaux, who seemed like a full-on villain, even
Yeah,
in the
she's with
last
them now.
episode.
Judo
And
Master and Flurry.
now Judo Master is the one where I'm like, all right, he went to the Nazi world, he became friends with Adebayo, and he
Like I could see
understood
that a little
Chris.
more.
Like like Adebayo was like, oh, Chris is a good guy. He's stupid, but he's a good guy. Whatever. So I buy that one enough. And also in the first season, like he was working with the butterflies because he thought that they were like good. He is like a morally just psychopathic killer. But then Flurry, there was like a tiny, I said this the other day, a tiny flourish of like a good person within Flurry a couple times.
Yeah.
And even in this one, he's sad when his friend dies. QP, was that QP something?
That like little like monologue he had about that was so stupid.
About
Like
what?
I did not. I found where he was talking about like the motorboating on the titties and all that. Like I found that
Oh
so
yeah.
unfunny. It was so like over the top and ridiculous. Like it was like I'm like this is like overboard. And like there was a couple moments like that in Peacemaker season 1. I liked the humor for the most part, but like there's always like one joke that just it goes on and on and on, and it goes
It
a
was
little
the
too far. And that
celebrities
was
in season one. I do not find entertaining. It honestly, like,
I was like irritating.
do you ever show somebody that like you like a good friend or something, like you show them something you really like, and there's like one scene in it, and it's like you get like embarrassment for being so excited about showing somebody a scene, and then you're like,
There's something that yeah there's yes, I remember what it was. And what's hilarious is it was the first time I rewatched it years ago when I had a sleepover at the old group of friends. It was right when I just got the Blu-ray for The Last Jedi, and I hadn't seen it since I saw it in
oh
theaters.
boy.
And we watched it, and I was just like thinking like, yo, this is gonna be so cool. We're seeing Luke again and everything, and just everyone was just like what is this? And like
Oh
that was
yeah.
when it hit me that like I was not feeling it, you
It
know.
was so I was showing my girlfriend Peacemaker a couple months ago, and we're loving the show up to that. Like, it's not like she even made a comment on that scene that it was cringy or whatever, but like I
We just
felt
like, look at each other.
hot. No, I just like watching the scene. Like I'm like, like my face got hot. Like I got like just
Yeah,
this incredible wave of embarrassment. And sometimes watching Peacemaker, it gets too much. Although I think season one
yeah,
is maybe not the best show ever, but it's good. It's really good. All the
yeah.
episodes have something in there that's really good. And even this season has something that's really good in every episode. But
Yeah, like there's always something to like, but it like
5 minutes,
what you're saying
10 minutes out of 30 minutes are really, really good. And then the rest of it's rushed or like just like over the top,
yeah,
violent or like silly. And sometimes that's cool, but it didn't do it for me. This
sometimes
finale
like
did
too
not feel
much.
like a finale. There's no fight scene. There's
No,
no big ending
I
to
know.
anything. It's just like there's a montage. Then there's like the like climax is the motel scene, which is good. Then there's another montage, and then you get this cliffhanger, which I thought was bad. I don't know.
I think it could set up some interesting stuff, but what you were saying before, a little earlier, where like James Gunn would like introduce like an idea or something, then it like just doesn't get talked about until like a few episodes later, then it into the finale. I feel like there's a lot of like plot threads that like get introduced and it's just whoop,
Yeah.
and then it's just thrown back in, but it doesn't feel like satisfying or feels like it's like a natural progression into it. Just feels like oh, we forgot about this, like well, let's throw that back in.
Season one. What do you got in season one? You have Peacemaker and his dad. You have the
Yeah,
butterflies and some minor like other like interpersonal things. Like Adebayo has a storyline, like has a character arc in
yeah,
that season. But this season, what do you have? You start out
it's
Peacemaker is
unfocused.
depressed, and he goes into this thing and he finds the other world. But then you got Rick Flags chasing him, and you have Harcourt is unemployed, and you have Adebayo's unemployed, and Economos is with the Argus, and that's like the first one, and the second one is more of that, and like the first two, I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. There's going to be, Rick Flag is going after Peacemaker. Peacemaker is
Yeah,
going into this other dimension. In the end of the episode, he goes into the dimension, whatever, and
yeah, and that was a
talks
cool
to Keith.
basis, but then I feel
Great
like it
start.
just wow.
Yeah, you get all right. You get the third episode, which they're in the other world. I think by the third episode should have been like one big problem with this is run times, way too short of episodes.
Yeah,
There's one
yeah,
longer episode that brings it closer, but most of them are a lot of those times are like credits. So really, you're
under
getting
40 minutes, right?
yeah. I mean, most of them were under 40, and then you get 6 or 7 minutes of credits in there. So you're looking at some of the episodes under 30. I think. I'm not. Don't quote me on that,
Yeah.
but I think. So I just looked at
Because one
HBO.
was 33 with like with the credits included.
Yeah, one of them. Well, I was looking at HBO and I was doing the math in my head, and like Peacemaker season one, it only says 15 minutes longer than Peacemaker season two, but I don't believe that for a second. I think it's the credits making it even somewhat close, and the finale being 20 minutes of concerts brings it closer. But if you cut out that 20 minutes, you get down to like a 30-minute shorter season. A season
Yeah,
that's like a 3 hour long movie that also it still wouldn't even be that good of a movie, but you got so what they should have done. The first two are like 40 something minutes, and then the third one should have stayed at 40 something minutes. TV shows, for one, it's kind of a side note, should have a strict ish code. Breaking Bad, every episode's like 47 minutes. Sopranos,
yeah,
every episode's like 53 minutes. It's like, it's things like that. Like, okay, I know how much stuff there is to expect. If they can't get it to 55 minutes, then you introduce some kind of like new, like personal plot thread that you can
yeah,
oh, we aren't giving John Economos much of an actual character arc this season. Let's throw that in. But with this show, there's so many things going on. It needed a 50-minute per episode, or at least 45. I mean, too much going on. I think the third episode he goes. Sorry, I'm talking so long, but I want to try to get this point
okay.
across. The third episode is like 30 minutes long, and it's the first one in the alternate universe. The end of that episode, he should have gone back, realized he didn't like his life, and then gone back into the other dimension. And then you spend the next two episodes in there, 4 and 5, maybe even 4, 5, and 6. You do a hour and a half, 2 hour long movie inside of Nazi land, and you do a thing. You get well, I heard James Gunn was gonna have Myrn come back as the head of
Yeah,
the Sons of Liberty. Bring that storyline in there. Get a big battle at Town Square or something, and like that could have been really entertaining and like an engaging storyline, and do more with everything in there. Like They reveal
Yeah.
white
Rick
dragons.
Flag should have had way more to do too. The Rick Flag Jr.
Yeah,
in
they
that
could.
other
He could
dimension.
have. I thought there was going to be something. Oh, we got Peacemaker. He's in this universe. Let's go in there. Oh shit, this is a Nazi universe. Let's bring in GI Robot. I don't know. That sounds like silly, but also
I know, bro. I thought they were
sounds
gonna do
awesome.
some GI Robot.
Why not? And the way James Gunn, people were like, "Whoa!" So it's it's Nazis and stuff. Could there be creature commandos? Could there be Blue Beetle? Could there be Booster Gold? People are asking him this stuff, and he's you might be in luck. For what? They didn't. Nobody showed up except for Lex Luthor in one scene, and he's not doing anything. He's just in a prison.
Maybe in the future, maybe we'll go back to Earth X and something. Maybe we'll see the what's the Superman, the Overseer or whatever.
I
It's
don't
the
think that
evil Superman.
I don't think there should be Nazi superheroes because they go against what like Nazis would deem as like human. But it doesn't really. I think they could have had something where I also had thought of this. I don't remember exactly how it would have worked, but you get somehow like I know it would get a little touchy and like harder to do maybe, but like if Adebayo actually got caught and then everybody like that was a driving force of like let's save her, let's also like take down some of this world. Like instead of just okay, we're in Nazi world, uh we're going to kill a few Nazis and
Yeah,
then the episode then we're just gonna leave and then the Nazi world is still fine. Like I feel like something's weird there. They get out and then this last episode and I get that the thing Salvation could set up something cool. I want to hear about that as well, but I just think James Gunn has said how many times every show or movie should have a beginning, middle, and end. This show
yeah. This did
had a
not feel like.
beginning, it did not have a middle, and it did not have an end. And it ends with a question
Yeah,
mark. It's not a story, it's not like a linear anything. There's all these plot threads. 4 and 5 could have been one episode, a whole episode about moving a door. That is a scene.
Also, just the the portal or whatever. Like since they now have it in the Argus facility or whatever. What's his face? Keith could theoretically just like come out at any point. But the thing is, James Gunn also said that they're not going to do Peacemaker season 3, but he said that all the
Yeah.
characters will return in the
It's
DCU.
going to
So
be
this is where my
checkmate.
my theory.
It's going to be a checkmate show.
My theory. That's what I was thinking, but my theory is even crazier. I think that Man of Tomorrow is actually going to be a Superman, Lex Luthor, and Peacemaker movie, and that all of the Argus characters are all going to be in there too, and Salvation is going to be the plot of it. Because there's a comic, I think from like the 2010s or whatever, where Salvation was like a whole like plot thread, and he said he was going to like borrow elements like from that or whatever. And I know like Lex Luthor was like a main like focus on it and something. So what if like the what if Salvation like that like monster or something that we heard, like what if that's like one of like I don't know Brainiac's like people or I don't know, maybe I'm going off here, but I think that it's going to play a role in Man of Tomorrow, and James Gunn even said so. So I would not be
I think you're
surprised if
right that it
Peacemaker's in the movie.
will. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the movie. I don't think that Salvation is going to be the thing. Like, Salvation is something Lex Luthor would be for. So I don't think that. I
Yeah,
still think it's going to be Brainiac. I mean, the it's a picture of a human brain on the title. I feel like that's not going to be too long before we know that. Like
yeah.
Lex Luthor would
Well, aren't
team
they
up with
starting
Superman.
shooting in January or
It's
something?
gonna be soon. Lex Luthor would team up with Superman if there was an AI robot that was smarter than him that he'd want to take down. It wouldn't
Yeah.
be out of a sense of it'd be out of a sense of pride. It wouldn't be out of morality or saving people
I feel
necessarily.
like for the fate of humanity too. Like I feel like he wouldn't like if there's no world to conquer. Like what's the point? You know?
Yeah, I mean that's true. It depends on what Brainiac is in there, but it's I just like that Superman the animated series episode, and I want to see a movie
What
of
a
that.
Kryptonian computer?
Well, I would love if he's the reason Krypton got destroyed, but that's That's a
Well,
whole
wasn't there
other.
a way to prevent it, and he was just like, no, be the best thing for his like system or
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah. He like deemed the planet was like worth destroying. It was cool. Everything
Yeah.
they did with Brainiac in the animated series was sick. So I want to see that kind of stuff. Hopefully we will. Hopefully it doesn't all crumble.
Who would be a good actor to play Brainiac?
Mark Proch.
What?
I'm Brainiac. That's how it's. Or I'm Brainiac. I don't know. Something like that.
Like, who would be like an actual like good pick? You think someone who's like intimidating, but could also do like a very good like stoic and like I am this. They have to have a good voice that can like
Jonathan
project.
Banks. I'm
I'm
just looking
taking over
around.
your world.
Uh, yeah, I don't know.
I'm not fighting you right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking around my room, and I've got the Breaking Bad shit around me. Say what you will about James Gunn, but he knows DC Comics, and most of the time he has good
Yeah,
ideas. And whether or not he's controlling, he's seems less controlling than a regular studio head because he wants creatives to come up with ideas and
yeah,
scripts. And I mean, sure, he might go, well, I think, we should do this with it and maybe not this exact thing. But that's a hell of a lot better than what's going to make the most money. Uh, what cameos can we put in this? What this and that kind of
yeah.
things that are ruining people's perception of these movies, anyways. Because then you get fucking the voice of Blade showing up in a post credit scene, and people go, "What? Who cares?"
Oh,
I don't,
speaking of Blade, Mahershala Ali finally had his first appearance as Blade in Marvel Zombies.
wow,
Because they started developing it before. I'm surprised you didn't even see this. There's like
I don't
basically
watch
a
this
Marvel
stuff.
zombie movie on Disney Plus. It's a 4 episode miniseries and it's rated TVMA. There's no swearing in it. It's just blood and guts, but it's zombies, so like
It's not
whatever.
even that shouldn't even be
Um,
TVMA. It's not humans.
yeah, exactly. Like it's a very light TVMA. But the thing is, the characters that they chose to like follow are just like like Ant-Man, Spider-Man, and Black Panther are in it, and they have barely any lines. It's mainly just Kamala, Shang-Chi, and Kate Bishop, which is
Ugh,
like if you're gonna do Marvel
God.
zombies, like pick characters that are at least like I don't know that people give a shit about. Like Marvel's the type of studio where they're like, we won't do what will like benefit like the fans or whatever. We're gonna push the characters that we feel are going to be important because they're going to appear in these future projects. And at the time that they were developing this, I think they were going to go hard into like the Miss Marvel stuff. There, a Shang-Chi sequel was supposed to have come out, and Blade was supposed to come out.
So there's a
Um,
big difference with Marvel and James Gunn, DC. I
they
mean,
are, yeah. Marvel
sure,
is the king of like,
yeah, they're awful. What Marvel's doing has
yeah,
been awful for a while. James Gunn, this show, this Peacemaker season 2, I think was a bad misstep. I think you could that it'll look really good in clips. It'll be a good. Oh my god, that's a really good clip, like on TikTok, and I got to see the rest of this show. But
yeah.
as a
But
whole,
as
it's
a
not good.
whole, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
but Superman was great. The Suicide Squad is one of my favorite comic book movies ever. Peacemaker season 1 is fantastic. Other than some of the comedy is just a bit much for me. And
yeah.
then all three of the
Creature
Guardians
Commandos.
movies and Creature Commandos, everything he has done has been good. Um, and Peacemaker
Slither.
2, I haven't seen Slither, I haven't seen any of that. But
I haven't seen Super, but I've seen Slither.
um, but like so I want to trust James Gunn. If they start shaking it all up, I think that they're not going to say, "Oh, this is a sinking ship," because it's not a sinking ship yet. It's currently a ship that is. It's like almost a submarine, but it's more of a ship. It's a ship that's beginning to float again. It's on the way up. I mean, 3 years to write a script for
I
a
mean,
Batman
apparently he
movie.
had like personal issues behind the scenes or
Yeah,
something.
then
Like
he should
I heard
drop
like
out.
divorce or something. I
Yeah,
don't
there was
know.
something with a divorce. But he should drop out of the movie. and they should just make Brave and the Bold because it sounds way better than any Batman movie that they've put together
I
in like
agree.
in 18 years. When was 17? When was the Dark Knight? 17 years ago, and that was still
Yeah.
not what I want to see from a Batman movie. The last Batman movie that like works for me purely.
With the Flash.
No, I mean it's like either Batman Begins, which I think is mostly pretty good and comic booky enough to satisfy me. But I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think there's been one since Batman Returns that I love. That's my favorite still. And that
Like,
movie is
what's wrong with the
33
Dark
years
Knight?
old.
Is it too grounded?
It's the groundedness of it. I want to see Poison Ivy but like not in the way that
Yeah.
it was in Batman and Robin. I want to see like these characters that we haven't seen adapted well instead of let's just do the Joker even but like I want to see another Jack Nicholson-esque Joker that is a crazy murderer but also has
Yeah.
dyed white skin and is funny and isn't like doesn't
Heath
write
Ledger's kind
damaged
of
on his head.
funny.
He is. Heath Ledger's funny, but like Heath Ledger's also a war veteran with PTSD or something. That's a theory. I don't.
That's
That's a
they don't
theory.
say that in the
Yeah,
movie though.
but
Like
it
that's the
seems believable
theory.
with the gun because he's got the gun. I feel like that's believable. It is a decent theory because of the. I think that scene where he's in the suit with the memorial service.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something there, but it's just all of it's too grounded, and then the Batman is too grounded. Even though some of it is more comic booky than whatever, it's more in the realm of Batman Year One comic booky. And I want to
Well,
see,
the
I
I
just want to see Nightfall as a movie, or Red Hood as a movie.
well, speaking of Nightfall, we're actually getting a 3-part animated Nightfall
I don't.
movie series.
That's not what I'm talking about. I don't.
Those animated DC movies have gone so downhill in quality over the
They
years.
were
They
never
in
that
like the
good.
2010s. Nah, bro, in like the late 2000s, the early 10s, they were good. Like Under the Red Hood,
And that
one,
one's good.
The Dark Knight Returns. Those ones are
That
all
one's
really
good.
good.
Yeah, those comic book
Doomsday.
adaptations. I saw one with like the Justice League Doom, and I wasn't. I watched
Yeah,
like
that
10
one was
minutes
great.
of it. It was the voice acting. It was really like blah. I don't know.
Wait, Justice League Doom's the Justice League like TV show cast in it.
Oh, then I'm missing something. It was one that had
Is it another Justice League one?
it might
Because
have
there's
been
a few.
Justice
There's
League.
another Justice League one. The Crisis on sorry the is it the Crisis on Two Earths? That one I thought was just okay.
I don't know. I don't care about animated DC projects that much unless they connect to the live action ones right now. I want to see.
Which whatever happened to that? Like I remember James Gunn was saying, "Oh, we're gonna do animated shows, movies, video games, stuff." Like I feel
Well,
like
there's been a
maybe just because of where Warner Brothers is financially, they haven't been
started.
able to
It
do them.
started 1 year ago. The whole universe started a year ago, and
True.
there's
Plus, there is
been
a DC video game in development, which is set
yeah,
in the DCU.
we don't know what that is yet. So three, uh, three. There's been one movie, a live action show, an animated show. Next year we're getting a movie, and a show.
Do you know if the
And
Mr. Miracle show is set in the
it's
DCU?
not. I have to. Can we do a pause?
Oh, yeah.
Pee break.
All right. Oh, that sucks. I thought it was.
I was just gonna say, like Peacemaker. Like, did you have any final thoughts or on the whole season? I feel like we kind of got it, but
What's it called? Not really, but just like yeah, I guess like Rick Flag's like whole 180 that really threw me off. Like I feel like it doesn't make sense with like his ideals.
yeah,
Like I don't know.
he seems like a
Plus,
nothing character now. He doesn't have a. He's just whatever a script wants him to do, even within a show. Like,
yeah.
different episode to episode. It's weird.
Also, I was just thinking, but what the heck happened with there was a couple plot threads from season 1 that didn't follow. Like remember in the finale, he sees his dad or whatever, and his dad's just there. Whatever happened to that? And then
I think they mentioned it in the first episode, like that.
and then also there's that one butterfly that's still alive
yeah,
in the
golf.
jar.
I guess they ran
Yeah.
out. I guess they ran out of milk. from the cow.
They should have at least mentioned it or something.
Yeah, I thought that
Um,
was weird. I did notice that, but it's just it's so minor in the grand scheme of how many issues were in that season.
yeah.
There's a
Also,
lot.
what was the butterflies' whole like plan, anyways? Like they wanted to infiltrate the government to make it better or something,
No, they wanted to
and
like
like he
kill
was just like,
everybody.
no.
They wanted to like take over everybody because their world failed because of the same problems on Earth. It was like a it was like a political kind of message, I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So,
true.
all right,
Um,
let's move on. What's next? What do we got? Anything else?
so yeah, so I'll get into a more in-depth discussion with DeLuca. I'll edit a segment into here, but one thing, Tron Ares had one of the worst openings ever,
Wow.
14.3 million, from Thursday and Friday. Um, I seriously think Disney's in trouble, man. Like I feel like they are not. And the problem with this is I don't think it's so much that like people don't give a shit about Tron. I think it's
Nobody
that
gives a shit about
it has
Tron.
nothing it has nothing to do with Tron Legacy, and Tron Legacy is like a pretty well regarded like movie. A lot of people really like it. It's like one of those movies that's weirdly
It's
popular
like a
online. A lot
cult
of people.
classic. It's
Yeah, if they continued Sam's story, I feel like there would have been some excitement. Like,
I don't
if
think so
anything, I feel
though.
like the only selling point of this movie is the soundtrack from Nine Inch Nails, and besides that, not a whole lot. I really like the movie. Like, I'd give it like a 7.5. Like visually, ton of it's great. It
It's
looks
a
good. The
Tron
visual
movie,
effects are
yeah.
great. Like I thought like, oh, it's gonna be like shitty Disney CGI, but no, it looked great. I mean, God bless the lords at ILM. Um, but yeah, it looks really good. The music's great. The action it's extremely well directed. Just all the new characters they introduced, they're just so like whatever. The only
Yeah.
good characters in the movie were Julian Dillinger. He's the villain. It's Evan Peters. His whole thing is he wants to weaponize the AI by bringing it into the real world to use for the government and everything, which is a really cool concept. And he's kind of like this Elon Musk tech bro kind of guy. And Jared Leto is really cool as Ares, where he's a program that's like created to be like an absolute like evil guy that will just do whatever, but he gets a conscience from like studying the people he has to kill, and it's a cool concept there. And as much as Jared Leto's like a weirdo, he is a very good actor. Like I know people
Yeah.
say sucks as the Joker or
He
whatever,
did
but
suck
like
as the Joker.
yeah, but he's great in
He
everything
did
else.
suck
He's
as the Joker.
even Morbius. He's good in it as much as it's.
I didn't
And
watch Morbius.
I will say this: I think he's good in House of Gucci. He was going a little over, but like I think he knew he understood the assignment. Everyone in that movie is ridiculous. Um, Even though he's a little more on the Super Mario side of Italian accents, everyone's like doing like a hi, how are you, like kind of thing. He's just like it's a me, Paolo. It's he literally says it's a me.
Well, that's bad. All right. Well, I
Yeah,
got nothing on Tron. Never saw the other
but more
ones.
for like where like Disney is like just financially, like they've been bombing and the Mandalorian and Grogu. Like
That movie's gonna bomb. Nobody's gonna see that. That's
yeah,
my
they're
opinion.
cooked.
Look, Disney. I don't even know if there's. I don't even have like the breath for Disney anymore. I think they're so far in the toilet. Everything they
Yeah,
do
what's
is
ironic is
trash.
the only stuff that's keeping them afloat right now is their FX shows and the movies they're releasing under the 20th Century Studios banner. That's the only thing that seems to be doing well for them. Other than that,
Yeah, toilet. Plop it in the toilet and flush it. That's what I say.
yeah.
Any other
Yeah, the next
stories? What
thing,
do we got?
yeah, kind of sad. Diane Keaton passed away.
Yeah, I did see this. Diane Keaton. Very
Before
sad.
Woody Allen too. That sucks.
Yeah, she's 79, which is like it's not that young, but I for some reason I feel like when women die at in their 70s it feels young, and like when men die in their 70s they feel old. But I don't know what that's about. It's some kind of strange uh,
Yeah.
thought I have it because I feel
Plus,
like I think it's with Bond because all the Bond women live for a long time, and they're all in their 80s or they're dead now, but they like outlive most of the Bond like
didn't
Connery and
didn't Honor Blackman only die like a couple years ago?
yeah, Honor Blackman. Yeah, she died in 2020, I want to say, around the same time as Connery. Like Connery was old; he was 90, but she was probably 90 something because she's older than Connery, right? I think she's like
Yeah,
5
she
years
died
old.
in 2020. She was 80, 85. Or sorry, 95.
95. That's absurd. Who's still like? Some of them are still alive. Some of those 60s Bond girls are still alive. Ursula Andress is still alive, right?
Yeah,
I think Daniela Bianchi is still alive.
Ursula Andress is 89.
It's insane. And I think even like
Man, they would be so happy if they had the plastic surgeons there are now in like the 90s and 2000s. Because oh my god, something that got work done, they do not look great.
yeah, they that didn't it didn't go well. Yeah.
Did, did you see fucking uh Kim Kardashian's mom? She just got work done and she looks like fucking a 20-year-old, and it's weird as fuck.
I mean, she's always been
Look
kind
at
of
this
bad.
shit. No, but like that, she just looks like her daughter now. Like it's fucking weird.
Chris. All right, Chris.
Yeah, Chris about to make me act up. Christopher. Uh,
What?
what's even short for Christina? Christina?
Probably something like that. I don't know. But yeah, she got it. She got
Um,
it. All right. Any other
but like,
news? Well, Diane Keaton. I think we got into a kind of a we made light of this combo. Maybe we should cut all of this, but maybe not. I don't know.
yeah,
I've never
but
seen a movie with her,
yeah,
so I didn't really have. I just like
you've
know
seen
of
The
her.
Godfather?
Oh yeah, I have seen The Godfather. Yeah. Of
Haven't you
course.
seen Something's Gotta Give?
No, I saw the other one. Uh, what's the other one? As Good as It Gets.
As good as it gets.
Yeah.
She's not in that one,
She's
right?
not in that.
It's
That's
that's
Holly Hunter or
no,
Helen
Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt.
Yes,
And
I
then
always confuse them.
is Holly Hunter? Is she the Granny's
She's
peach
the
tea?
last girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, Granny's peach
And
tea.
then there was another movie with Jack Nicholson that I saw that had another one of those like uh one of those like ladies that was famous in the 90s like actors. She might have been Jenny. There's a chance in Forrest Gump. What's her name?
Robin Wright?
I think it was. I think it was her. It was this movie.
Oh,
It had him. It had Jack Nicholson. I think is and it had Aaron Eckhart in it. And it was all right. I kind of liked it. Actually, I really liked it.
whatever happened to Aaron Eckhart, man? He like did Harvey
It's
Dent
that
in
Frankenstein
like a
movie. It was Robin Wright. I
oh
good shit.
the Pledge.
This movie was good. Benicio
Yeah,
del Toro. Forgot he was in
was
that.
I Frankenstein another Dark Universe attempt?
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was like one of the original couple.
He attempted that like 4 times. Oh, do you know there's an? I absolutely no idea, but there's a new Mummy movie coming out this year,
I heard
or
that.
maybe I think
Yeah, and then I heard that
2026.
there's a Mummy 4 coming out sometime soon
What?
too. Yeah, apparently they're doing Mummy 4.
Like with Brendan Fraser?
Yeah, but it might not be real. I just heard that.
Uh,
All right, well, that's my
what the
time.
hell? It's not Universal. It's not
It's
Universal that's
not. It's
doing.
because it's public domain, so that doesn't have to be universal. I heard all about this on
Yeah, it's New Line Cinema.
the
That's
Weekly Planet.
interesting. Oh, Lee Cronin is directing it. He did the latest Evil Dead movie, which I
Oh,
really like.
before we're done with the podcast, quick shout out to friend of the pod, Robert Patrick, for liking my Instagram post the
Yes.
other day and commenting a series of thoughtful emojis. So thank you, Mr. Patrick, or as I'm sure you'd be happy with me calling you Robert, which is also my dad's name. So
Rob.
Robberoni.
Did you hear Jennifer Lopez finally had like a new movie that got really good reviews because like she's been in a bunch of stinkers lately. It's called Kiss of the Spider Woman.
I
I've heard
did.
it's like amazing. It's with her and Diego Luna
I heard he got 5 bags of
and
popcorn.
oh really?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? I don't know. Call me crazy, but wasn't it? I read somewhere that I think it was originally supposed to come out on as a Netflix original, but because it like tested so well, it's coming out in theaters now.
I didn't know that.
Um,
I
yeah,
probably won't see this.
Lionsgate.
Take out my hoodie.
I love musicals. Low key, I might.
That's a musical.
Um, but another big story. What's it called? Ahmed Best is writing his own Jar Jar Binks one shot comic. But here's the thing: it includes a team up of Jar Jar and Kelly Beck.
Oh, Keller and Beck.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
I mean Keller and Beck was cool. He was from that the Jedi Challenge show, and then the Mandalorian
He was
saved
in
Grogu.
The Mandalorian. He saved Grog.
I actually did I liked that episode. I thought that was a fun like little action sequence. It was nice. Like if it felt like that felt like even like with the volume like sometimes looks like shitty green screen. Like it felt like a return to like the world of the prequels. Like they had
Yeah, it was shitty green
like some
screen,
clone
so
troopers in there.
it was perfect.
Republic gunship, shitty green screen. Yeah,
Yeah, bring it
it
back.
was great.
Well, the thing with the prequels is it's shitty green screen, but it's more entertaining to watch. I feel like I just heard somebody come in here. No,
I don't know. Did some
no, I'm just paranoid. I don't know why.
paranoid?
All right, well,
Paranoia. Good song by Black Sabbath.
yeah, it is a good song. Okay, I've been Jack Roney.
I feel like
This is a podcast.
there was some other news. I swear, wasn't there?
I don't know.
I feel like I'm missing something.
I'm checking out.
I'm not. Um, Zack Snyder's trending on Twitter. Let's see what this. I'm willing to bet it's some like Snyder cult people that are like read that report and they're just like, oh, they're gonna bring back Zack Snyder to finish the DCU, restore the Snyderverse. Um, those people have the biggest levels of like copium ever. Um, why can't they just let it be?
Yeah.
Like it's not.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of let it be, I think we should let this be the podcast.
Just let the podcast be.
And because it's already we're at 47 minutes here, I'm sure it'll be less than that with the probably 5 to 10 minutes we'll cut. And but then you'll add another, 10 or something with Alessandro De Luca,
Tron.
co/lead writer of
And
Splintered. And
we're getting started on a new project soon. Spell it out.
Spell it out. SPE, man. SPELLITAUT.
What's up, movie buffs? Welcome back to another edition of Real Deal. Well, technically, this is the same edition, but we have a segment on Tron Ares, and because Jack couldn't bring himself to go see it, we have a very special guest, and that is Mr. DeLuca.
How are you, buddy?
I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm happy.
Thank you for having me. Getting ready to talk about this fire movie that everyone seems to be ignoring.
Yeah. I mean, first things first, I thought we could get into the box office. It only made 60 million in its opening weekend, which is pretty weak, if I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's pretty shocking. I think we know why it made so little amount of money. The elephant in the room, Jared Leto. I don't think he helped the box office numbers at all.
I was curious to get into that with you. Do you think he is the reason why it's underperformed? Because
For sure.
I think it's
For
a
sure.
multitude of factors. I mean, I think you have like the goodwill of fans, like for Disney stuff, like it's gone. People have they've lost their audience pretty much. I mean, with Snow White bombing and all of their Marvel and other stuff not doing well. And then it's also been 15 years since the last Tron movie, so I feel like people just don't really care that much, you know?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not only on Leto. I think it's an accumulation of a lot of things. First, like you said, 15 years since the last Tron movie. I think the fans kind of forgot. I mean, they've been teasing a sequel for so long. The last one set up a sequel perfectly.
Yeah.
And then a sequel was confirmed. I think it was supposed to be released in maybe 2013 or 2014. And then that just
2015.
got canceled. And I think, oh, it was 2015. Okay. And then that got canceled. Then they were teasing another one. And then that got also canceled. And I think people just kind of gave up. Even the guy who played Tron himself, Bruce Boxleitner,
Yeah.
he had also said he pretty much gave up. He said, I was fed up of kind of being tugged around, and yes, there's going to be a sequel. No, there won't be a sequel. He just also kind of said, I'm done with the franchise now. And I think a lot of fans represent that same viewpoint. So that's a big reason. But I think the main thing was Jared Leto. Again, his acting record or his track record for his acting credits in the last couple of years have not been great. Morbius and Suicide Squad before that. It was bad timing for sure.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. But what's crazy the Tron sequel was originally supposed to come out in 2016. They had what's it called? A movie ready to go with like sets that were built and everything, and what's called production was set to begin in October 2015 in Vancouver, and then literally just like a few weeks, Disney just completely canceled it because Tomorrow World didn't do very well at the box office. So they basically were just like, okay, you know what, no Tron, and Garrett Hedlund and Olivia Wilde were set to return as well. And I want to know where did this script go? Like, like did
I
they
don't know.
just like
I don't know.
destroy it? Because like once they restarted development on it, who the heck decided like, you know what? Let's just make a brand new thing with Jared Leto.
No, seriously, I don't know. And the fact that they based the Tron future on Tomorrowland is so weird to me. Like that's like saying Morbius failed, so we're not going to release whatever came out after. I don't know what came out after Morbius, but there was like 100 superhero movies that came out after. That's like canceling all those because Morbius failed. Just because
Yeah,
there's a movie in the same genre, you're going to cancel the rest. Like it doesn't make sense, and it's disappointing. But at least we have a movie now, and people are not really taking too kindly to it.
yeah. I'll be honest. The more I've thought about it, I not that I still like the movie. I really enjoyed it, but I don't think it's a great movie. I think the most of the praise falls with the spectacle of like the action and the visuals and the music, but then once you like actually break down like the character development, it's non-existent. Like the Eve was a pretty uninteresting character. Her like hacker friend was kind of just there as like the comic relief. The only new characters I really liked were Julian Dillinger and Ares. That's it. And
I
Gillian
agree with you.
Anderson was interesting for the brief screen time she had.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I didn't think Eve was as bad as everyone was saying she was. I mean, she served her purpose. She was the female protagonist, and I like Greta Lee because I like her in the morning show, and I think she was all right in this. I don't think this was her best acting, but I think she was okay in this. But yeah, I think the whole thing, they kind of just the whole thing with her sister. I think they could have done that a bit better, so it was a more
Yeah, that
emotionally resonant with us. Like
it should
I
have
mean,
been
I felt
something.
for her, but they
Yeah,
didn't really show much of it. They had just that kind of that little clip at the beginning of her sister saying, "Oh, if you see me, that means I didn't make it, but you could make it now." I don't know. I don't remember what she said, something like that. And then there
yeah,
was kind of that clip when Jared Leto was kind of going through the computer and he sees like the clip of Eve talking and saying, we can deal with loss and grow from it. That was a cool scene,
yeah.
but I think there should have been more. There should have been more of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus, I find
Yeah.
it kind of hilarious that it just said that like, oh, Sam Flynn just like resigned as CEO of
Mm.
Encom or
Yeah.
whatever. Like it happened off
Yeah, that was
screen,
weird too. That
and
was
we
weird
don't
too.
know. But I read something really interesting on the behind the scenes of the movie. Interestingly, it was actually Jared Leto's idea to have all the callbacks to Legacy and the Easter eggs to the first film.
Yeah,
The whole
that makes sense.
scene with him and Jeff Bridges. That was his idea. I didn't know this, but apparently Tron is like his favorite movie of all time, and he actually went to Disney in 2017 with the idea of the project, and he basically was just like, "Let's make Tron about me."
Y- Look, to be honest, you could see. I thought Jared Leto did a good job in it, and
So
I'll
did
just say
I.
right now, I thought the movie was really good. I'm gonna say it right now. I know I've kind of been saying some negative stuff this past couple of minutes, but I thought the movie was really good. Probably more so than you did. I'm also a huge Tron fan, so I just wanted something. I wanted to see the light bike or the light cycles again. I wanted to see the recognizers. I wanted to see all the stuff that I saw in the previous movies, and I did. The
Yeah,
soundtrack was great. The
yeah,
special effects were amazing, and overall, the plot, as simple and kind of generic as it was, it had a message to tell, and in my opinion, I think it told it fairly well. Like I said, could I have used maybe 20 more minutes focused on Eve? I would have liked that. Focus on her backstory a bit more and her relationship with her sister. I think had I gotten, like I said, 20 more minutes of that, I would have been happy. I thought Ares was done pretty well. He was written fairly well, like I said, and like you said, Julian Dillinger was good. I
Yeah.
think it had a lot of things going for it beyond just the special effects and the music that everyone was talking about. I think it was generally a pretty good movie.
The I think most of the like criticism and problem with it is more just towards like how the movie just doesn't really feel like that much of a sequel to the other movies. But like as a standalone movie, I think it's like perfectly serviceable. I just think that the script needed so much work. I really think that was
Yeah,
its biggest problem. And um I don't know.
I think just with Eve's character, I think aside from that, it did its job. Like I left feeling like all my questions were answered, and I was satisfied. I gave it an 8 out of 10 leaving the cinema, and I still keep that 8 out of 10 review. I had a lot of fun. I'm gonna watch it again.
Yeah, I definitely want to watch it again. Uh,
Yeah,
I just wish there was a little more substance, I guess. That's all. I feel like Tron Legacy had a lot to say and it had like so much like rich world building, while this one I don't want to say it felt hollow, but it just felt like such I don't know, like yeah, just a hollow Tron movie, I guess. And I don't know, the more I think of it, the more I just feel kind of disappointed as to what it could have been, because there was like plenty of different directions they could have taken it. And like for what they did, I think it was a cool idea about like what if like the grid comes into the real world. But I've also heard a lot of criticisms with fans that are saying like why would you take away the coolest like part of Tron, like the whole intrigue is about how cool the grid is and why the grid is such like an interesting world because it's so different from our own. And by just bringing in that world into ours just feels like kind of counterintuitive to the whole idea of Tron as a franchise. But like
I disagree. Sorry, I don't want to cut you
no,
off
go
there,
ahead, go
but
ahead.
I disagree with that point because I think the way Legacy ended, you have
Yeah, it's set
Cora
up
that
that.
goes into the real
Yeah,
world. That they were setting up the sequel as what happens when a program. I know she was an ISO, but it still counts as a program. When a program gets into the real world, that I thought was what they were trying to
yeah,
set up in the sequel.
yeah,
So if you
absolutely.
think about it that way, besides ignoring the characters, they did kind of follow up on that premise of having programs and these characters from the grid into the real world.
Yeah,
That was Clue's whole motivation in the second one anyway. So it made sense
exactly.
they would follow up on that. So people saying that it ignores its predecessor, that's not true. It doesn't. It kind of it forgets about the characters. That was too bad, but it doesn't ignore the stepping stones that Legacy set.
I feel like it's a good like thematic sequel in the sense that like it plays with a lot of the themes that are set up in it, but like doesn't I don't know, I guess like there's certain like plot threads that just were not really continued, but like for the most part like the main like theme that they were going for, I feel like they followed up on that nicely. But yeah,
Yep.
the criticism about like the grid coming to the real world, that like surprisingly was a huge problem for a lot of people. And I was
Yeah.
surprised because I'm like I feel like they did a good job at like kind of setting that up in the last movie. But like going forward, like what the heck is the future of Tron as a franchise? Like I feel like it's gonna go dormant for like 20 years, and then Disney's like, okay, let's reassess Tron.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, do we need? Like, I'm not going to complain if we get more. But personally, I don't like when they milk franchises. Anyways, now we've had 3 movies. For me, that's a trilogy, and that's all you need in a franchise. Look, if we don't get any more Tron movies, it's unfortunate, but I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I'd be happy having Tron and then Legacy and then Ares as a trilogy. I could watch them whenever I want. They're there. It's like with Spider Man. I have Spider Man 1, 2, and 3. They bring Tobey Maguire back. I don't really care. For me, it's Spider Man 1, 2, and 3. I think this is
Yeah,
the similar, or this is of a similar idea. You know?
I think there's also a huge issue with this is I find so prevalent in franchises where you'll have one movie that's like really really good or something, and then like years later you'll do like a legacy sequel or something, and then it just has no the original creative team has zero say in it, and like it's so clear. Like Tron Legacy, Steven Listberger, he's the creator of Tron, directed the original one. He was still like integral to the team and worked very closely
Mm.
with Joseph Kosinski. And even with this one, he was an executive producer. But in terms of the story, he didn't have a whole lot of input in it, and I feel like it shows a little more. While with Legacy, him and Joseph Kosinski, they basically got together over like a period of a few days, and they basically like had like a camp where they just mapped out the entire world of the grid and everything, and
Yeah, I mean,
they just
it's
that
a good point,
feels
but
like absent from the new one, and so I wish like with sequels like there would isn't I don't know, there wouldn't be so much of a disconnect, and they'd feel like, I guess, like more, I don't know, I guess creatively in sync, because even visually, like the grid looks a bit different in this movie, and there's some visual differences which I'm okay with to a point, but the grid, like, I feel looked like very, very different.
yeah, I mean, going back to the story thing you were saying about how the original director didn't really have a hands-on approach with this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're right, but I don't think it really undoes anything or kind of ruins anything that was said in the previous movies, like you said, or like I said before. I think the only big thing they were missing out on was Tron himself.
Yeah.
Tron wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, because it's
That's the
his
only thing I think that
franchise.
was. Yeah, I mean, he was so prevalent in obviously in the first one and in the second one, how he was Rinsler the whole time, so he was still there, you know. But
Yeah.
here he wasn't even mentioned once, so that's a bit disappointing. But aside from that, I mean, in the trailers, they told us that they were going to bring the grid into the real world. It wasn't like you got into the movie
Yeah, no.
expecting a movie in the grid, and then you get there and it's all in the real world. No, you had to expect seeing it take place in the real world, and people were hyped about that. I remember when the first trailer came out, everyone was hyped up about how, oh my god, the
Yeah.
grid is going to be into the real world now, and all of a sudden everyone hates it. Like, I think people just made up their mind before they saw the movie. That's, I think, the issue. Largely because of Jared Leto, because people don't like Jared Leto, so they saw that he was in the movie and they automatically review bombed it.
But
I
why?
honestly think that was the case. I predicted that this would get bad reviews before I saw it, just
But
because
the
of
audience
that
reviews are
fact.
actually pretty positive. What I've seen is that like a lot of just
I'm talking
casuals.
more about critics, yeah.
Okay, a lot of casuals seem to like it. Tron fans do not seem to like it. That's
I mean,
the
I'm a pretty big Tron fan. I
yeah.
mean,
No, me too.
I love Tron. I pretty much grew up with these movies, and I thought, like I said, I thought it was great. I'll just put it out there, and I'm not ashamed to say it. So, not all Tron fans. I mean, we saw it with Ryan too, and Ryan loved it, and he's also a really big Tron fan. So, like, you know, it's not everyone. That's just a very vocal minority, a loud minority, I'll say, that didn't like it.
Yeah, like there's a Tron subreddit on Reddit or whatever, and like all I was like I went on it because I was looking up like just looking for explanations as to how the heck Jeff Bridges was just like there or whatever, and like even them, they were like just trying so hard to like rationalize it, and they're like, maybe it's like a backup of himself that he somehow put like on his own server, but also it makes zero sense.
I was thinking the backup angle also. I agree that was just grasping at straws. That part didn't really make much sense either. But then again, neither did the characters from No Way Home all coming back, and people tried to rationalize that, and everyone just ate it up. So there's definitely a double standard here. If this movie was the exact same movie, but it had like fucking, I don't know, Captain America or something, and it was a Marvel movie, this would have 95 on Rotten Tomatoes and probably 8 on 10 on IMDb.
Um, yeah, no, you're not
Let's be
wrong.
real. If this was a Marvel movie, like take this quality of a movie, but put it with, like I said, a Marvel character, this would be grossing billions in the box office.
No, no, no,
I really
no.
didn't think the movie was that bad. Honestly, I thought it was good.
I don't think if it was Marvel, it would make billions. It would probably make just about
You
the
know what I
same
mean?
amount.
I'm exaggerating, but
No,
you
but
know
it
what
would
I mean.
probably make just about the same amount of money because every Marvel movie has been bombing. Like, yeah, dude, the whole like superhero, what's it called? Like, yes, like I don't think it's people before were saying like, oh, there's no such thing as like superhero movie fatigue. It's bad movie fatigue. But like even the last few superhero movies have all underperformed. Even Superman didn't make as much money as they would have wanted to. It made less than Man of Steel, and
Okay, but let's be real. I mean, I liked Superman. I thought it was good,
yeah, same here.
but
Fantastic
let's be
Four
real.
bombed.
Fantastic Four was not that good. I think this was better than Fantastic Four. I think Tron Ares was better than Fantastic
Oh
Four.
yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was much better. I mean, Fantastic Four was okay, but I left underwhelmed.
Really loved the first two acts. I think the third act is what really killed it for me, and I feel like because
Agreed. Yeah.
that's what you like left with. It kind of just like sours the rest of the movie. Like I still think like there's a lot of good in it, but like overall, it's like a 6 out of 10.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I gave it 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd, which translates to 6 out of 10. So, yeah, I think that's fair. It had a good cast and everything. And again, we're not here to talk about Fantastic Four, but just
Yeah,
kind of to show the parallel to it. But that movie got great reviews by critics.
yeah, and it still didn't even do that great in theaters. It
Yeah,
only made like I think like 300 million or something. But I think
which again, it's still much more than Tron Ares is looking to make. So
yeah,
my point still stands.
but
Maybe not billions, but it's making more than Tron for sure.
I'm thinking maybe just maybe through word of mouth with the soundtrack and stuff, maybe it could get like strong like second legs or something. You never know. I'm
I don't know.
hoping
I don't
because
know.
like I would
I hope
like there
so.
to be another Tron movie because like it seems like they're very much setting up like a crosser between like those characters with the legacy characters, which I would like to see. Um,
Yeah. Again, not. I don't think it's like I said. If you kept it as a trilogy, I wouldn't be mad. But if there'd be another one, I would definitely go see it because I think there does warrant. I think Sam and Cora deserve another chance. So
yeah,
if we make a fourth movie, it has to be based around them interacting with Jared Leto's character Ares. So yeah, that would be cool for sure.
yeah. Um,
And I was watching. I don't know if you saw any behind the scenes of this movie, and I don't know. I was watching a few of the videos, and surprisingly, a lot of stuff was practical.
yeah. No, I know. I'm really
Like
impressed.
that shows that there was heart involved in this. You
Well,
know, they could have went the CGI route for everything, but and obviously there was a lot of CGI. I'm not going to say that there was real light cycles, everything, but there was an actual model that they created. And you know when that scene when the light cycle kind of carves the or slices the cop car in half,
yeah.
that was actually shot practically.
No fuck it. That's so cool.
They unless my eyes were bugging out, but there was definitely a cop car that they kind of I don't know how they did it, but the cop car divided itself in half.
I mean, it could be CGI. We don't know.
I was watching the behind the scenes, like the B roll, and there was a cop car that divided itself in half somehow. I don't know how they did it. I don't know if the video was fake. I have no idea, but I saw like an official B roll from the movie, and that scene was shot practically,
It's
and then they added the kind of the trail, the light cycle trail in post.
what it's possible is they probably have like some sort of mechanism that's like making it like break in half. Like it's probably built to be like that. Cause like, dude,
For sure, for
it's
sure.
the people at like Disney Imagineering, they create like some of the crazy, just like animatronic bullshit. Well, it's not bullshit. It's some cool stuff. Some of like the craziest animatronic like stuff for like movies in the parks. And like I feel like so much of their work like has been kind of undermined by CGI over the years. And like you have all these really talented people with excellent craftsmanship that just get like completely ignored because like it's
Yeah,
easier to use CGI. But what's interesting is in the long run, CGI isn't great because it doesn't look good. You have a bunch of artists that are like absolutely rushed because they have like such a small time frame. And then practical effects, sure, it takes a bit longer to make it, but it's cheaper too. Like movies would save so much money, and plus movies look better when they shoot things practically. Like
I agree. And look, this movie, even though I thought the plot was good, the best thing about this movie, besides the soundtrack, were the visuals,
yeah,
and it's warranted because, like I said, a lot of it was shot practically.
yeah. Um, like honestly, big ups to Joachim Roening, the
He did a great job.
director.
Yeah, he did a great job.
The only other big movies he's done because he's done a few. I can't remember if it's Norwegian or Danish. One of it's some one of those Nordic countries. But he's outside. He's done like a few like small movies, but then he's done three big budget movies for Disney. He did Pirates of the Caribbean 5, which it's okay. I didn't love it. I don't hate it. It's kind of just like a middle of the road movie. And then he did the second Maleficent, which I never saw.
I didn't. I saw the first one. I thought the first one was really good. I didn't see the second one.
Yeah, yeah, I felt like the first one was good. I didn't really
Yeah,
need
didn't need a
another one.
sequel. But maybe now I'll watch it knowing that he directed it because I thought he did a good job on this. But yeah,
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 but
it's disappointing seeing the box office numbers and you know that we probably won't get another Tron for a while because of the disappointment. But like I said at the beginning, it's not just on Leto. There was other issues too. Again, the big time difference between or the big like year gap, whatever you want to call it, between Legacy and then this one, and just overall, I don't know. There wasn't that much marketing until the end. I thought like no one really
yeah,
talked about it until a week before it came out. And then obviously, like I said, Jared Leto being the lead when he just is coming off of Morbius and obviously Suicide Squad, he was not a very good Joker.
yeah, and
It's too bad. It's too bad because he is a good actor, and I thought
yeah,
he did a good job in this. But yeah, it's just a whole bunch of different factors that came into play that did not work in this movie's favor.
yeah, it's unfortunate, but
Yeah, for
I
sure.
hope Disney's able to like I don't know take like I hope they don't take the wrong lessons from this because that's what they always do.
Maybe you know what? Maybe that's why I like this movie so much, Tron Ares, was because we haven't got a Tron movie in so long. If we got a Tron movie every year, I probably wouldn't have liked it as much. But since it's been so long since I saw a
Yeah,
light cycle on the big screen, I felt like that probably uh, what's the word? When he's augmented my enjoyment for this movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it makes
Yeah,
you like savor it almost because like
for sure,
in
for sure.
in the period of what 2015 to 2019, we got a Star Wars movie every single year, and in from
Yeah, no,
and
it's
20
oversaturation.
yeah, and same thing with all the Disney Plus shows. But the problem too is like it's the quality.
So unfortunate. It's unfortunate that that Disney is not uh, continuing his legacy in a positive way.
Yeah, and same thing with like Marvel too. Like the Avengers Doomsday is coming out, and like it's just them like throwing everything at the board because they don't know what the fuck to do anymore. Like the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Avengers and Spider-Man. Like
It makes no, yeah, it makes no sense.
I,
They don't know what to do. Bringing Robert Downey Jr. back as Doctor Doom, that's a desperate last ditch attempt to
yeah,
get fans back because Kevin Feige knows he's lost his entire audience.
like if this wasn't like if I was told this in 2010, I'd be like, "Ah, you're crazy. Like all of them are owned by different companies or whatever. You're never going to see all these
Yeah.
heroes together." But now that it actually it's happening, like I feel nothing, and that's the saddest part. Like this is
And for me, No Way Home was um, the example of that, the finest example of that. Because yeah, it was fun seeing it in the cinema, and it was cool to see Toby and Andrew come back. But as far as a movie, let's be real, there was zero plot in that movie. You know, you could hate on Tron Ares all you want, but then you can't go and tell me that No Way Home had a good plot because it didn't. At least this movie had a plot, and it had just a small group of characters, and they were original characters. It wasn't No Way Home just felt like it was based on other people's work. It was success based on other people's work, and
yeah.
I didn't appreciate that at all.
I mean,
it was fun in the cinema again, but fuck the 95 on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever it has and everything like that. Like these critics saying it was the best Spider-Man movie didn't make sense to me.
yeah,
But see, whereas Tron Ares for me felt like a movie. I was watching a movie. It didn't. Yeah, it had the Kevin Flynn cameo. It had a bit of obviously he's the main character. You had to have a Kevin Flynn
Yeah.
cameo, and it had a lot. It had some fan service, some nods to the past, but it didn't rely on that. Like if you
Yeah.
took the Kevin Flynn cameo out, okay, actually maybe not because it was a big plot point in the movie. But let's say you added like a random character and it wasn't Kevin Flynn, and you didn't have any of the Tron Legacy callbacks, and it was just a standalone movie, I would have still enjoyed it. I still thought it was a good, fun sci-fi action movie. It's not going to break records. It's not phenomenal. I'm not going to, in 10 years, I'm not going to think, wow, I'm not going to get teary-eyed watching it. But I thought it was a really good movie. It did its job well.
Yeah.
It was heart. It was well acted for the most part, and it was fun. So I'm satisfied with it.
They really should have kept Jeff Bridges' role not in the marketing because I didn't even know he was in it until that first teaser when like he's just like once you go there's never going back or whatever and I'm like oh okay I guess Jeff Bridges is in it and then the second trailer
credits too like it was no secret.
Yeah they should have done a better job with that but whatever I feel like the movie did a good job with what it had
I'm not gonna lie I thought it was great. Yeah, I've been listing some faults, but overall, I'm gonna ignore the faults. I'm gonna watch it again soon. Like when it comes out on streaming or on demand, I might even actually buy it on Blu-ray at this point. I don't have a 4K player, but I might buy it on Blu-ray, like just to support it because I thought it was great.
I hope to God Disney does a 3D Blu-ray because I have a 3D Blu-ray of Tron Legacy and like. I feel like that's the kind of movie you should do. But 3D Blu-ray, like the last 3D Blu-ray I think that was released was Avatar: The Way of Water, which I have.
Yeah, and that movie was not worthy.
Shush.
No, it was not worthy.
10 out of 10.
Aiden, sorry. Go, finish that thought.
I said it's a 10 out of 10.
No, it's not. But AJ, I want to thank you for letting me hop on this podcast for a bit. I don't know if you had any closing thoughts.
No. But
I hope
pleasure,
that was
man.
A worthy replacement to Jack for for the time being.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Awesome. We'll get on all three of us at one point. We'll talk about Spider-Man a bit more.
Oh, 100%. In December or January when Jack comes down here, we could do it in studio.
Yes, let's do it.
All right, sounds good, man. Anyways, take care, sir.
Thank you, buddy. Have a good one.
You too. Peace.
Ciao.
All right.
Oh, you too.
Well, I'm Jack Roney, movie guy, and this was AJ. Sorry, you can say your name.
Yeah, you can find me IBN Studios on Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, and YouTube.
I'm Jack Roney, movie guy on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm on all three of those, and I haven't posted anything, but I might do some kind of Halloween movie marathon thing. I don't know. Not sure yet.
Okay.
So that's what's
Sounds
up
like
with
fun.
me. And I'm doing my Lego stuff. That's mainly what I do. And school. I got a lot of school stuff. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. Bye. See you later.
Good night.
Good night.
Double salute.
Double salute.
Good morning.
Good night and good morning.
Don't slip on that banana peel. Yeah.